What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be chatting about GarageFarm. GarageFarm is a really cool render farm that I've been using recently. A lot of people have been asking how to speed up the renders, and this is definitely a go-to. If you want to support my channel, there is a link in the description which can direct you straight to GarageFarm. I'm just going to take you through the process, the website, what is available, how to install it, how to set it up, and link it with Blender. So let's get into the video. Okay, the first thing you want to do is head over to GarageFarm via the link in my description. When you sign up, you'll get $50 in credits and 33% Blender rendering discount, which is awesome. So make sure to follow that link. Once you signed up, you will go into your projects display. There'll be nothing here. These are all the renders that I've been through. So how GarageFarm works is there's a high, render, medium, and low. This is your priority. I normally just do low unless it's like super urgent, but the higher the priority, the more expensive it becomes. On average, I've been doing like 200 to 300 frames, and they come out to be like 1285 depending on your sample rate and your resolution. It's really affordable. I'd definitely suggest trying them out. So what you want to do is head over to downloads and make sure you've downloaded either the Mac or Windows Render Beamer. This is a software that uploads everything to their website, and then you can also download it through there. So once you have that set up, you're going to need to download the Blender add-on. So you can head over to support. If you want to check a full tutorial and guide, you can obviously check out their guides here. I'm going to be using Blender. So what you want to do is once you've downloaded that, you can head over to your Blender, go to edit, preferences, and just search in here Beamer, and it should have Render Beamer for Blender plugin. Then you can just select it here and activate it. Once that is activated, it will work exactly how you normally do renders. So when you go up to render, there'll be a Render Beamer add-on here, and you can say beam it up animation, or if you want to do still frames, you can also do that. So I'm going to be rendering out this scene. Let's set it up for 1080 by 1920. And then let's just make sure our camera angles, so we have all our points, everything's good. That looks good. Our second angle, we do not have that visible, so let's make sure that's visible in our preview. And then back to another angle, and then our last angle. So everything looks good. Make sure you're happy with how everything is done, or else you're going to have to pay again to render. I've done that a couple times. You don't want to do that, so just make sure you're happy. Always do an EV or Cycles low res render to make sure you're happy with how everything looks. So from there, what you want to do is make sure you have Render Beamer open, and then you can just go up to render, beam it up animation, and then it will give you some warnings. I haven't actually had any issues when there has been warnings. I normally just press continue, and it will start setting up everything on Render Beamer. You can just go into open up Render Beamer, and it'll start uploading everything as is. So the cool thing about GarageFarm is they do have a 24/7 support. So if you have any questions, you can drop them a question on their website. You really don't have to be tech savvy with using this program. It's super straightforward. As you can see, it's kind of just plug and play. If you do though, you can always check out their tutorials on their site and drop them any questions if you do need. And don't forget, as a first sign up, you get $50 free to try it out, so you don't have to spend any of your money until you're happy with the product, which is really cool. They also work with other 3D platforms. So as you can see in the support section, 3D Max, Maya, Lightwave, Cinema 4D, you name it. So you don't actually only have to use Blender, you can use multiple different 3D programs. So once that's complete, you can just say click here to submit job, and it will open up a browser for you, and it will give you, these are basically the settings that you have in Blender that you can run through. So you can do a test job if you want to just make sure everything's good. I normally just jump straight into full job because I've already rendered it out, a low res version, so I'm happy with how everything looks. You want to make sure you've selected the camera. If you have multiple cameras, select the camera you want to render out, and pretty much just leave it as is. You can set your priority here. Normally, as I said, just do low. The version that you're using, it picks it up automatically. And then you can set your bucket size, your output path. This is where it will be downloaded onto your computer once it's finished. And then I normally don't go into anything else really, just because it's really straightforward and simple. You don't have to change anything. I normally do GPU because it's the fastest. And then once you're happy with everything, you can just click submit, and then it will add to the queue here. So I already did add this in, so I have it paused at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just resume the job. It's already done 70 frames, but it's cool because you can pause and play and stop it if for some reason you change your mind and you don't want to render out the whole thing anymore. So I'm going to hit resume and it will say active. There's currently 3 other jobs in low priority, so mine will come in somewhere there after theirs has finished. And it renders out really fast. So you see I've already done 70 frames and it's been about $3.20. So times that by 5 and you'll get kind of your estimated cost. So once that is complete, it will say done. I'm just going to kill the job here because I don't actually have any more credits available. Once it has been completed and it says done, you can right click and say download frames via Render Beamer. It will then open up Render Beamer for you, and here it will start downloading files. So mine are set in one of my folders on my D drive, so it will automatically start downloading straight to my D drive. So you can see a flower mockup, mocker renders, camera, and it'll start downloading those frames for me. You can also change your settings in here if you want to download it to somewhere else. So I set up a Beamer folder. You can change your download directory and it should be all good. So once that's finished downloading, it's really quick depending on your internet. You can just right click and say open directory and all your frames will be here. As you can see, super high quality, looks exactly as it does in Blender. You can also animate your Alembic animations in here. I haven't had any issues with that. So I did see somebody had an issue using a different render farm. So just know that everything does work well using GarageFarm because it uploads all your files that you used on Blender and it puts them into a folder here. Once that's complete, I'm just going to open up Premiere Pro so I can import those PNGs and then export as a final video. So in Premiere Pro, you can just right click and say import, and then you're going to look for your download folder. So mine was in my D drive, downloads, flower mockup camera, and then you can just select the first frame and make sure you have image sequence on and hit open, and then just like that you will have your animation. So from here we can right click and say new sequence from clip, and then we can set our output. Let's make it about 2 seconds, go up to file, export media, and then we can export our video from here. I'm just going to export it straight to my desktop, click save and hit export. And just like that, we have our video from Blender to GarageFarm, back onto Premiere Pro, and then into Blender. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please make sure to drop a like, comment and sub, and don't forget to use the GarageFarm link in my description. And thank you guys so much for the support as always. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.